It's not going to be easy. It's going to be fucking.
Alrighty, boys and girls, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday, chat. How the heck are we doing, boys and girls? Say what's up in the chat. Hit the like button for your boy, if you'd be ever so kind. What's up, Crypto Surfer? Good morning, man. Nika, good morning. Derzit. CJ, good morning. Nick, good morning. What's up, Hindsight King? Big Head Reef. Rao Venu, good morning, man. What's up, PJ? Doman, good morning. Ibrahim, good morning. Kookie, good morning. Dom, did I say morning to you already? Nope, not yet. What's up, Dom? Jose, good morning. Jay Can. Chris, good morning. Jonesy, good morning. Nemo, good morning. Manny, what's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, chat. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. All right, let me go ahead and turn the background music down here. Real quick. We obviously have FOMC today. For anybody that wasn't aware, we have FOMC today at 2 o'clock. The forecast is that the rates will not be cut. So we're expecting a no change FOMC. The reason for being live this morning, usually during FOMC days, I usually take the morning off and I trade the afternoon session post FOMC during like the press conference or right after the press conference. The reason that I am going to try trading this morning instead of this afternoon is simply due to the earnings calendar. So today at 4 o'clock, we have Meta and Microsoft earnings. So just something that I noticed in the previous couple of FOMCs, we had earnings that came out after the data release, especially considering that the interest rates have been unchanged recently. Expecting the same today. We ended up just with some pretty sloppy action after the FOMC interest rate decision, and we just basically anticipated the Meta or the earnings that were coming out later. So I'm kind of anticipating the same today. We'll see. Obviously, if something crazy happens and the rates do get cut unexpectedly, then that'd probably bring in some volatility. But other than that, though, we got earnings today. So I'm just not really too interested in the afternoon today at all, to be honest. And then tomorrow we have Apple and Amazon earnings as well at 4 and 4:30. So that is the reason for being live today, chat, or this morning, I should say. So yeah, that is the game plan. We'll try to find something here this morning and then not have to worry about this afternoon at all. And where we are at in price, we're kind of starting to accumulate down here and range up. So where we are at, this is a look at the 4 hour, just to kind of show you guys what the 4 hour candles are looking like at the moment. Not very clean. Like I said, more so consolidating here on the hourly. Same thing. We do have some inefficiencies that we are kind of trading around, right? We had inefficiencies here to the left that we kind of went back and forth through. Same thing here. We're seeing price give this bearish fair value gap to the downside. We trade above it, and now we've kind of traded back down to the low end of that, almost reclaiming that hourly gap. Same with another gap here. So we're pretty much bouncing between two hourly PD arrays at the moment. And in my view, we have pretty likely draws on liquidity on both sides of this market. I do believe that we are in more of a discount on this weekly profile so far. But we do have relative equal lows down here at the previous day low, and we also have relative equal highs up here at Monday session Asia high, Monday Asia session high, sorry, and then yesterday Asia session high as well as that unfilled 4 hour fair value gap up in here. So like I said, I still view this as more of a discount, meaning if we just look at the current week and we just fib this up, from the high of the week so far to the current low, we're still below 50%. If a 50% retrace would be like perfectly above today's Asia session high. So that's the direction that I'm leaning toward is upside, to be honest. But we'll see. Oh, I missed opening bell. Son of a gun. So a little bit more of a bullish bias, you could say, but obviously I recognize that we're in this range, and you know, anything could happen. We could easily go take out the lows first. So that is where my thought process is at this current moment in time, chat. So let's see what happens, man. Literally the definition of diddling in the middle right here, though. Literally the definition of diddling in the middle, opening up right, essentially 50% of this current range. Let me see ES here. ES is taking out the London low, which is nice. ES taking out the London low currently. New York midnight retest. So let's see. We do have SMT. Our London low here on the NASDAQ is obviously down here. So we have an SMT for the moment with this low. We'll mark this London low out. So SMT here. So we'll see if this wants to give any sort of respect here. It could obviously come all the way down anywhere in here and still hold the SMT. Maybe we come take out this low here to the left. Perhaps, we'll see. Yeah, man, they updated this indicator. It's like really bright now. I'll turn that down a little bit, I think. But good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday, chat. How are we doing? I missed the bell by 30 seconds. Son of a gun. You like the stash, FOMO? Thanks, man. Dude, thanks. Free mustache rides every time we hit a take profit. Unless you haven't showered today, then definitely not. Hello, bro. To rush or not to rush into a trade? To rush or not to rush into a trade? I guess it depends if you're degenning or not. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't put a poll in here, did I? Oh, silly me. Does it even pay to put a poll in here at this point? Like, nah, why not? We're getting a nice little reaction here, though. Wicking up here. What is your boys today? I'm not going to shower until I'm profitable. Fuck. Oh, that's funny. Buddy said he's not going to shower until he's profitable. Listen, I like the dedication. Higher, lower, or... All right. All right. Let me know if your guys' bias is higher, lower, or seek and destroy today. But, all right. Nice flip here on the 5. See, this candle closes in 1 minute, so... Yeah, I'm wondering if this is going to offer this SMT for this move up into some of these buy-side levels here. Nice 1 minute. Flip as well. Keep it low for now. I'm gonna oops. I'm gonna drop a limit here, guys, on this breaker block on the 1. See if we can get picked up and see if we can get that move up. Like I said, I do feel like we are in more of a discounted range of this weekly range so far. With very clean buy side SMT at this London low with ES. See if we could get that. I'd be willing to give that a try here. So we rushing in? I don't know. I don't really view this as rushing in, but perhaps a little early. Although, hang on, dude. I might have to... Oh, fuck. I might have to reestablish my trade sinker connections here quick. I didn't get... I put a limit on here, but it's not showing me all of my orders. Might have to resync here. Might have to resync me shit here. Un momento, chat. Let me try to do this quick. Limit is coming off as I try to resync my shite here. I've got not a good feeling about this. Hurry up, you bastard. I'm gonna miss my trade. Hurry up. Might have already missed it. All right, guys, I'm in long there. And now it's not working. What the fuck? All right, it literally put me in and took me out instantly. What's going on in this bitch? What the bloody fuck? My fucking... Do I gotta log out, log back in? Like, what do I do in here? I'm trying to trade. I'm trying to trade here. Perhaps it is saving me, though, because this thing is melting through my... This thing is melting through my level here. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. Let's try this uno mas time. I took the game out and I blew on it. All right. I'm going for it here, chat. I'm going for it here. Stop at the low. This ended up being my fill due to some technical difficulties. Now we're working. All right, cool. Cool. Jeez. All right, well, let's see, guys. Let's see. Like I said, I'm willing to give it a try. What's up, Bjorn Saul? What's up, man? Don't delete entirely. I always delete entirely. Do I not need to do that? I'm always just worried that if I don't, that it won't work next time I go to trade. I'm OCD like that, though. We'll see here, guys. I don't know. I get ran out. Oh, Oscar. Well, might be the end here, boys. Oh. 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 You're back, bro. Welcome back, Kelvin. Why the timeout the other day? I don't know. I was probably in a trade and you probably said it was going the other way or something. Oh, Hornio, what's up, man? To me, it's in no man's land. Yeah, we are in the middle of this range. I just thought it'd be worth giving an attempt here. But we'll see. Doing a little diddling in the middle. A hernia? Close. This is what ES looks like here on the left. We've already traded below midnight, below the London low. We didn't get this shift back up, though, on ES like we did on NQ. So NQ is looking a little stronger. We'll see if we get this move or not. Obviously, deep retracement on this leg, but... And the first 15, obviously, is about to close in a couple minutes, so... I might have to just delete the 1-minute chart until August. I do have to admit, if I just deleted the 1-minute chart, I don't know if I would have, like if I haven't been trading the 1-minute chart for entries over the last like couple of weeks, I don't think I would have taken any losses at all. The 1-minute chart truly is public enemy number one right now. Truly public enemy number one right now is the 1 minute. You're short, so I should be fine. I don't know, DJ. I've been getting fucked in the AM session lately. This week. Although I did make back my losses yesterday, chat. I don't know if you guys saw that. I told you guys I was going to be done trading, and then I said, JK LOL. JK LOL. I remember that I had free will, and I just said, nah, whatever. Went for it, and it paid off, but... we'll see. You about to get dumped on? It's kind of looking that way, I'm not going to lie. I don't like this deep of a move down, and I don't like how that 15-minute is starting to look. We're pretty wicky on both sides of it, I guess, but we'll see. I did deceive you, Kelvin. That's the thing. I did. I lied straight to your face. I lied. I did. I'm only human. If we take out London low, then re-enter along. Well, we took it out on ES already. I'm hoping we don't take it out on NQ. There we go. Back in profit. Oh. Don't be a tease, please. Retard price action. Well, I mean, we're not expecting like the best action today overall, right? Yeah, a 15-minute close is not sexy. That's for sure. Looks like it was just a tease, maybe. That sucks. Live on Kick? I don't know. YouTube is better. It's heading lower, G. Thanks, Blue 60. Wow. You remind me of an ICT tweet about 2 seconds before it hits the level and then saying boom immediately after with a smiley face using a colon and an apostrophe. Thanks, man. All right, yeah. Stopped out there. Minus 301. 299, depending on the account. All right. I love you too, man. Don't worry. Don't worry, Blue 60. I just appreciated that you waited for it to almost be at my stop loss before you said it's going lower, G. Thanks. Yeah, no, I thought it was worth the attempt. Like I said, we had the SMT here with the London low. With ES there, but ultimately, yeah, we're just obviously diddling in the middle here. I'm not too mad about it. I know that was a riskier type of a setup, but definitely not A plus. Maybe more like C plus. Let me turn that off here. Let me turn some of this shit off here. There you go. So, let's see here. Well, 15-minute. Obviously, we got London low down here at 736. On NQ as well. Remember that we could technically like come all the way down here and still hold this SMT. But yeah, man, probably got to delete the 1 minute chart for now, until further notice. 1 minute chart, public enemy number one. A lot of false confirmations for me this week. A lot of false confirmations. lose. And we're going to come back tomorrow too, won't we still, James? Son of a gun. What's wrong with us? What's up, Noise Vision? Hi, Tyler. Guess what? I bought 2 accounts, and I've sent proof of your ticket to get extra giveaway entries. Oh, man. I actually saw that, actually, Noise Vision. Appreciate the support, man. Also, what's the update on Marna? Noise Vision. What's the update, man? She was like 1 day from a payout, right? Was that Friday? With the giveaway account that she won? I believe that was on Friday. Took a trade, tried to pass half of my evals, only picked up 1 or 15 contracts instead of make 1,500. You made 98. Oh no. Yeah, I had to I mean, it actually kind of worked out in my favor because I ended up with a better entry, which resulted in a smaller stop loss. But yeah, I had to kind of reestablish my TRADEIFY or my trade syncer connections right as I was like putting that trade on. So that would have been just like ultimate frustration though. Like if that would have like triggered me in while I was reconnecting and then I like missed my trade. But yeah, anyway. We love the technical difficulties, Chad. Technology is amazing, except for when it doesn't work. Type shit. Jip. Did you just write Jip, Noise Vision? Friday at end of day, she qualified for her payout. She did receive her first. Let's fucking go, dude. Dude, let's go. Marna, I don't know if Marna's listening or not, but hang on. Let's go. Another giveaway account that got a payout. Let's go. You guys are actually on a roll with some of these giveaway accounts here. Jonesy's racking them up with an Apex. I don't know if he ever got it. I don't know if he ever made it to his third yet or not, but and then Marna won the TRADEIFY growth, got funded day one, making too much money. No shit. Let's go. No shit. Let's go. Um, mm, mm, mm. You lose every leave the trading, bro. You lose every leave the trading, bro. You lose every leave the trading, bro. Yeah, it's not been a good New York AM session week for me. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I don't know what you want me to say. Guess how many accounts I've blown, though? How many of you can say the same thing when you have a little bit of a losing streak? Not very many of you, probably. Not very many of you, probably. What's your July P&L? I don't fucking know. What's the circumference of my wiener? I mean, what do you, like, what? That is why we could have bought 2 accounts, but yes, she did struggle yesterday with a down day. Is that our first red day of the account? I mean, I feel like that's pretty good. I feel like that's pretty good. You're the best trader in the world, which means you just blew another eval. That actually does equate. All right, well, we're trading below the London low now on NQ. So you'll see if we want these lows here, previous day low, potentially. Previous day low on ES is like 416. What's up, Hugo? You still bullish, Tyler? I mean, yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think so, yeah. I mean, at some point, we're coming to this 4-hour. Like, I don't care if I have to suck off Bibi Netanyahu while he's in the United States or what, but, like, it's going to come here. It's going to fucking come here. But, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know when. We'll see. I mean, going into today, though, it's like obviously bouncing back and forth between like hourly PD arrays in this range. I mean, I knew that trade, and I said it. I said the trade was risky when I took it. So, you know, that's hard to be mad about that, right? You take a little riskier of a trade, you lower the size a little bit, but price of doing business sometimes. Do you ever use range volume to find levels? No. Do I ever range volume? So like when you say range volume, William, I mean, assuming you're just talking about volume profile. If I just go the volume profile, I actually have it on my toolbar, which is funny enough, because I used to use it. That used to be my thing, was volume profile mixed with some like supply and demand, smart money concepts. So I actually still have it on my favorite toolbar, just never took it off. So yeah, if we just did volume profile on like this current week, there is our POC, value area high, value area low for this current weekly range. And then if we just look at like current day, I guess, you know, if you want to go from New York midnight, could do that. Or even like, I never really did it like that. I always used it from like swing points. So like if we're inside of a range, I would use like swing low here to swing high. That's how I always used it if I'm marking out like internal ranges. Obviously, you would use like weekly, you know, the weekly profile, I guess, and then sometimes the previous week before that as well, and you like extend it across. And then, you know, session by session, you can do it like that. But I always did it like this for like the internal stuff. I'm assuming, and just let me know if I'm right or wrong, William. Were you wanting me to see the POC? Is that what we were doing? Is that what we were up to? just got my third payout this month. I don't know if you remember, a few months ago I was asking how to get through a rough time, and you were a big help. Thanks so much. Oh man, congrats on the payouts, man.
Nice.
Let's go. W Frexy. Taking a small long here, crypto. All right, good luck, man. It's looking a little heavier now. For the moment, this 5-minute has no upper wick on that candle, though. Yeah, we'll see. It's looking like a race to previous day lows here for both ES and NQ. So ultimately, this hourly bullish gap giving out. This ended up being a fake inversion, obviously, to the upside here. Peace out. Blake, did you just come to say hi and then bye? Congrats though, Blake. Have a great day as well if you are leaving. Yeah, I usually take 2 weeks and then I'll mark the levels between each level as I call it volume mountains. As you call it volume mountains. Are you only marking out value area highs, lows, POC? Or are you also marking out like the high volume nodes as well? You boys didn't think I knew anything about volume profile, huh? Oh, dude. You're talking to a guy. You're talking to a guy that'll try everything at least once and the good stuff twice. I'm telling you. Wife is off. Got to take advantage of her days off. All right, man. Enjoy your day, dude. Tell wifey we said hi. All right, well, let's see which one wants the previous day low first. Looking like a tight race. Projecting a little. You know, if you go to the 15-minute chart and you go side by side with ES and NQ and you kind of just like zoom out, kind of looks like an EKG scan, don't it? New hourly can't. Wow, we're already at 10 a.m. New hourly candle opening straight up into this 5-minute. You know what would be kind of tempting? Like we get up an immediate rebalance somehow on this 15 and hourly and just slap a short. We'll see though. So we just took out that candle high where we had no wick. Feel like it's not clear today. Yeah, well, we're not expecting like supreme action today. Obviously, it's FOMC later. I'm just kind of thinking that AM could be better still than the post FOMC afternoon with earnings, but still not expecting it to be like good though. Yeah, you know, yeah, ES took Asia low already, yeah. ES took Asia low. ES took, well, now they're both taking out London low. I think even NQ took out the Asia low at midnight. We've basically just generated now a shit ton of relative equal lows, both on ES and NQ at the previous day low. So yeah, we'll see. I'm definitely open to shorting if we do get like a little retracement up into here. Where would be like, can only trade A's a session. In your experience, does this strategy work in that session? Yeah, I mean, A's a session is honestly in some ways better than New York game session in the last like month, depending on the day. Not every day, obviously, but yeah, you can find some clean setups in Asia. It's a little bit slower action, which some people prefer. Some people prefer the slower action. I prefer volatility. I find it to be helpful in like normal conditions, you could say. But obviously, we've been range bound since May 1st until like, well, not May 1st, like the first week of May until like, I would say this week we're finally starting to get out of the range. So obviously there's no 100%, right? It's not like Asia session's always perfect. It's not like New York session's always perfect. But yeah, Asia session can work. You gotta adapt to the speed of the action a little bit more, and it's a little bit slower, which, like I said, some people can operate better with that. But it really just depends. It's really easy to get caught in chop, I guess, as well, if you're not. That's why you just need to spend time on it. Spend time with it with Asia session and just get used to how it moves. Tell you something to help you with ICT concepts, your exact top-down analysis, how you approach it, time frames, what to look and mark on what time frame, please. Yeah, I can do that. Give me a second though. I might actually be looking to potentially short this. Let me do a quick scan through here. I'm just gonna look at the hourly, the 4 hour. I mean, the 4 hour closed pretty heavy, closed below the previous 4 hour open. We're opening up with no wick to the downside here, which is part of the reason that I'm a little bit more confident in slapping a short. Finally, a short, Carson. If this blows all the way back up to that 4 hour gap now, I don't know, man. Just put a clown hat on me, I guess. Do clowns wear hats? What do they wear? A wig, I guess. Give me a fucking red binky nose and a red afro. We got two Carsons in here. We got Carson Bartholomew and we have Carson Alexander. Yeah, Carson, Carson Alexander, when I get off of here, I will be clocking in at Mickey D's. So come say hi. Come say what's good. Look at the ES lows. Oh, I looked at them, brother. Oh, I looked at them. Oh, nice. Gonna just leave me behind by a couple of ticks, huh? Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Nice, bro. Nice, bro. Hell yeah. Sweet. Well, yeah, I don't know, man. There's just like some things that have happened in the last like month and a half with trading, like whether it's like executions, getting left behind, getting like the most brutal break evens, and then it goes to TP without me. It's kind of hard to not feel like a little bit like the unluckiest day trader a little bit. It's just like not. Oh, I hate to say that out loud. Alexander is a pony. 5K away from passing 10 of the 300K legacy accounts from Apex. Dude, 5K. Wait. Hang on. What's the profit target on the 300Ks? Is it 18? Is it 18,000? I've never traded a 30 or a 300K. It's 20K only? Oh, not only. My bad. So it's actually more than double the 150K. I didn't even know that. Damn. Damn. Rao, it's Apex's original account. The amount of times you go break even and then it shoots to your target is insane. Hey, I've been there a lot this last month, brother. Or stupid shit like this happens. You know, get left behind by just the smallest of margins and it goes. Yeah, and then we get a close like that on the 5 minute. This is now an order block though because we traded up into that imbalance. We filled it on the 5 minute. Right. Hourly PO3, I'm starting to think it wants to go lower. Please try short. What do you think I'm trying to do, man? My sell limit up here literally got left by, I don't know, a couple of points. And then just move my limit down here to 732 on this 5 minute order block that I'm going to attempt a short from, which I just got picked up with. And I want previous day lows. So let's see. Does that work here? Why is that not working? 640. Why did that not copy? Why did my drawing not come over? That sucks. What's up, Anthony? There's absolutely no resolve for the downside, says both Colin and Felix. There's no resolve for the downside. There's no resolve? What the fuck are you saying? What are you actually saying? All right, there's previous day low on ES. I'm going BE. Is this FOMO? Why would it be FOMO? Target wasn't hit yet. Price didn't quite fill my limit up here at 50%. Retrace, but we mitigated a fair value gap. Formed an order block out of the fair value gap. This is a valid order block. This order block has now done its job. ES has taken out the target. So you could be partialing, you could be closing. You know, you don't got to hold the whole thing here on NQ if you don't think NQ will get there. But it also sponsored new lows already. So, like, that order block has done its job. You're going to be blowing bubbles on NQ today? Oh, I hope I am. Please let me blow some bubbles. Let me blow some bubbles, please. That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. I hope it don't reverse before getting to the previous day low without me. If it reverses without going to the previous day low, I'm gonna be sad. If this reverses and it doesn't get to the previous day low, I'm ending everything. What do you guys think? We took out that 640 low. New 15 just opened up. You guys think we get PDL on NQ or no? What are y'all thinking? What are y'all thinking? Or am I going to get break even here? If I say that I think I'm going to get break even out loud, do you think that's like reverse psychology on the market? It'll go to PDL first? No, I'm not going to close it. I'll just let it play out. I'm not trading my P&L, man. If I want to just close my trade and just be green on the day, like, I'll be break even at this point. I might as well just have never gotten up out of bed. You're being reviewed by Apex and you can't purchase any more evals. Have you experienced this before? I have not, Daniel. You're being reviewed? What'd you do? What did you do, Daniel? Daniel, what did you do, you naughty little boy? Daniel, you naughty, naughty. Daniel, you naughty, naughty. Daniel. Come on, NQ. Give me a push. Down, preferably. Give me a push down, preferably. I'm breaking the monkey out. Oh, yeah, definitely break even. Definitely break even. Make it go lower? What do you think I'm trying to do, man? Fuck. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Doesn't want to do it. Somebody go long right here so it can go lower. Somebody go long and put their stop right at 603. Use magnet, trust. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. I'll try it, though. I'll try anything at this point. I'll try anything. Usually this ends up pushing price way lower, or like it pushes it away. For me. First for everything, though. Definitely break even. Oh, well, yeah, we gotta say it now so that way the market, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, like a little reverse psychology perhaps, but we know they're listening. We know they are listening, chat. If we can get at least another new low here, I would definitely trail my stop all the way up to this structure. But we'll see, Chad. Chad, we will see if we want to get the previous day low on the Nasdaq. We already took out the previous day low on the S&P 500, but we got to see if the Nasdaq wants to hit it as well. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh shit. Bloody. 5-minute gap we just opened up as well. Uh-oh. I am fucking you out of fucking. I am fucking you out of fucking. Bloody, go lower. Bloody. So cooked. Definitely break even. Definitely fucking break even. Here's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to come all the way up to this fair value gap up here. It's going to come up to this one and then go to previous day low. Oops, fuck. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. No doubt about it. Telling you, man. Delete the 1 minute chart. Never trade anything over a 1R. Ever. If you trade over a 1R, you're fucked. Trump's market 2026. Didn't you say you do? I'm watching it on the 1 minute chart, but I took it off the 5. You want me to go back to the 5? You want me to go back to the 5, bloody? You took shorts. Well, you know what's crazy? I would have been like fully willing to close this when ES took the previous day low if I got filled on that original limit, right? My sell limit was like right up here at 50%. So, I mean, type shit. So now, because I got a lower entry, I'm sitting here wanting the bigger target, right? Trading is fun. Trading is fun for everyone. All right, let's trail. Let's trail it. Let's go. Fuck yes. Fuck yes, I'm the best trader ever. Yes. Yes, I'm the best trader that there's ever been and there ever will be. Yes. Come on. Magnet, magnet, magnet. All right. I'll take you off. See if I give a flying fuck. All right. Hell yeah, chat. No red days. No broke boys. No red days.
Nice.
It's not anything really to write home about. All right. 1L, 1 dub. Just enough money to buy my future wife an engagement ring. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just relax. Y'all just chill the fuck out. All right, yeah, man. So now the question becomes, chat. Now what? Now what? Hang on, let me see something here. Yeah. This blue line right here is 50% of it was the weekly range, I believe, right? Yes. So if we go to the weekly time frame, obviously going into this week, and well, this is gonna, I don't know if Noise Vision, are you still there? I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. I do want to still answer your question, but let me know if you're still there first. Any giveaways today, bro? I don't know. Have you hit the like button? Have you hit the like button? Also, by the way, chat, we are the collab stream with me and Amas. We're gonna reschedule that for next week, Thursday. So just a heads up on that. So, but yeah, we will be doing our weekly giveaway either tomorrow or Friday. We'll see. I got to keep you guys guessing. I can't have people just showing up willy-nilly when they think they're going to be getting a giveaway. Waiting patiently. Okay, I will get into that. So, all right. So this is the weekly. This is the weekly range, right? And there's a couple components that goes into my higher time frame top-down analysis all the time. And that is a couple of things. One, premium and discount. Two, what's being respected, what's being disrespected. And that's something that you carry on all the way down through to the lower time frames, obviously, right? So, like, for example, going into this week, let me just go ahead and fucking clear all of this off at this point. Going into, like, this week, obviously, if we're looking at the weekly chart, this is the shit show that we've been in since literally like the second week of May, right? We've just been literally in a weekly shit show, and there's no other way to put it. So if trading has felt challenging, confusing, insert other adjective here over the last couple of months, this is your reasoning. That is not a high probable condition. But what we end up seeing finally, from the week prior, which would have been July 13th to last week, what we end up finally seeing is a weekly expansion candle down below previous structure. That's number one. That doesn't really mean anything with this week because we don't know if it's just going to keep doing this. But then finally last week, we get what? So if we're just reading price action, as ICT traders, that's all we were ever doing is reading price action. It's just a way to read price. We get a closure here below the low. We get a closure here below the previous weekly low. And then on this weekly candle, we trade up, immediate rebalance. And then what happens here? We close below here. We have an imbalance here to the left. Do we inverse it? No. But do we close very strong below 50% of that inefficiency from a premium? Yes. So the anticipation going into this week is that this weekly candle is going to do what? Weekly PO3. We are expecting price to manipulate higher at the beginning of the week, and then we're expecting price to accelerate and start its distribution lower. So where does this low come in for the weekly candle? I don't know. Nobody does. But we know that we have lots of unfinished business down in here on the weekly time frame. So like this is where your top-down analysis always starts is, all right, what is the weekly candle looking like? Where are we probably going to go on the weekly? And then you literally can do this all the way on down and marking different levels, daily gaps. You know, some people like using the 3-day chart. I will sometimes if there's like a really obvious level. Dropping down to the daily, we see, again, that range that was just ass. Total ass cheeks. Like it's hard to like not get frustrated in this, and you just have to manage risk well. Like that's literally all you can do. Finally, when we see those weekly candles start expanding, what are we seeing then on the daily chart? Wow, we're actually seeing daily PD arrays not just form and then flip right away. We're actually seeing daily PD arrays hold and start supporting moves to new lows versus like here. Like this is the type of shit, bro. Like daily fair value gap here. What are we anticipating? The move down was actually clean because what we do, we trade up into the daily fair value gap and then we go take out a new low. So like this was actually clean here. But then what happens here is we rally up. I don't even know what caused this. July 20 or June 29th. Anyway, we rally up. We close above here. You know how many people were probably so bullish to all-time highs at this point? And you wouldn't even say that's like bad logic. Like I would actually say that's pretty decent logic, right? This daily candle opens up. This was the beginning of the month, right? And then we sell off and we just leave all of that. And then this ends up just being a big fake out. And now we're trading lower. So that's what I mean when I say like this is dirty. Like even right here, this is why range trading is such a pain in the ass, because you're going to get this type of thing and then you're just going to get wrecked. So that's why range trading is a pain in the ass. But anyway, so then here daily, what do we see? What's respecting? What's disrespecting? We're still reading the same candles. We're reading the same price action, same type of thing. Trade up into the daily fair value gap. Does it respect? Yes. We push to a new low. What do we have going into this week? daily fair value gap left behind that we had not traded into at the time yet. And now we've traded up on Monday. We traded up into that daily fair value gap, which I will admit, when we talked about this on Monday, I was a little bit thrown off by just how early in the week we were like beginning this move. Monday we trade up, get a very strong bearish candle down, closing below the previous day low. Yesterday, some maybe would even argue a little bit more confusing because we had very little upside wick on this daily and just more continuation down on the NASDAQ. And then today we trade up. We can't even get to the previous day high, right? But we're rebalancing. So now this discounted wick is holding as a premium PD array and it's starting to push price down. So now we've taken out the previous day low. You could say that the objective for today's action maybe could be taken. It's hard to say because we have FOMC later. We have earnings later. Like there's just so much shit that's on the way yet. So it's hard to say. And I'm not going to, I don't know if that is going to be the case or not. But when it's coming down to like, all right, what's going to be my plan going into like the session that I'm trading, the hour or two that I'm going to be trading? Well, you have that thought in the back of your mind that the weekly candle is likely doing one thing, the daily candle is likely doing one thing, and then you just keep bringing this on down. 4-hour candle, same thing. Like that's really all we're trying to predict. Like especially in the morning when we have the 4-hour candle crossover at 10 a.m., you go from into that new 4-hour candle, and you're basically trying to predict like what is that candle going to do, and then you're basically again scaling in even further to the hourly, the 15-minute. Like a lot of the times, the best trades that you can catch don't even last like more than like 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the best trades you catch last literally like a 5-minute candle, a 15-minute candle, and you're good, right? Like we're trying to usually catch like that macro move that has a lot of volatility with either at 10 a.m. macro or 11 a.m. macro. That's generally like kind of the goal. But I think where some people can struggle a little bit, and rightfully so, it's not, sometimes the lower time frame can get noisy. And sometimes what happens, and this happened to me on, I would say like Monday, and maybe a little bit yesterday, but I ultimately was still right with my logic, to be honest. So I'm looking at premium and discount ranges almost all the time, right? Obviously it's tough when you get a range like this because this is still range bound action on the hourly chart, but premium and discount, I'm telling you guys, it's one of the biggest staples of all of my logic or noise vision to answer your question. Like premium and discount, are we in a premium and discount on the higher time frame, right? You need to know that because that's going to help you find where we're drawing to on the higher time frame, reading that action, and then all the way down, right? So you could be in a premium range on the lower time frames, but you could still be in a deep discount on the higher time frames, or vice versa, if that makes sense. So it can get a little challenging if you're, operating against that, which you could probably make the case that I was trading against that higher time frame premium earlier in the week as I was expecting a little bit more of a manipulation. And as I was expecting, I don't got to keep no secrets here. I've been obviously telling you guys that I wanted to see like that 4-hour gap get traded into up in here, which would be like a perfect OTE, right? And like just the reason that I do this mainly is because when I was first a little tyke learning how to trade, my biggest fucking problem, guys, was always chasing price. Biggest problem, always chasing price. Always thinking that like, all right, it's not going to retrace. It's not going to retrace. I'm just going to chase it. And you know what happened? Almost every time I did that, it would retrace. Where would it retrace to? Into a premium, into a discount, into a level, into a higher time frame PD array. And yeah, man, it just gets to a point where it's like, all right, clearly I got to be more patient and be willing to wait for like retracements. Now that doesn't mean that it's 100%. Nothing's 100%. But this is the logic that we're always using. What's respecting, what's disrespecting, premium and discount. All right. And then you're taking that same logic all the way on down. Doesn't mean that you will never get it wrong, but like that is the logic of reading the price. Hopefully that answers your question. But not to get into like models too much, but like, I don't have like a specific, I always trade this one model all the time. I don't subscribe to that logic. too much, to be honest, because I just think that the market is always changing. You're never going to get the same exact action every single day. So sometimes it's going to look a little different, right? Sometimes you might be unsure because there's an SMT, or there might, you know what I'm saying? There's different things that can be a variable in the way that you're looking at the action. So again, your baseline staple should always be what's respecting, what's disrespecting, honestly. Like, that's, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters, especially when you're talking about trading within an hourly candle, right? You might think that the weekly candle is doing one thing or the daily candle is doing another thing. Meanwhile, the action that you are reading in the hour that you are trading is doing the exact opposite. So what are your options? Your options are either to adapt with what that hour is doing and what that order flow is showing, or just don't trade until it aligns with what you want to see on the higher time frame. Like, those are literally your only two options. And that's probably the hard part for most traders, is like it's just, or, you know, just being patient or being willing to adapt. I'm kind of the same way. One of my flaws as a trader is that I'm stubborn as fuck sometimes. That is what it is. Sometimes I'm just like, this is how I am. I marry a buy sometimes. I want to see a certain thing play out in price because of what I see on like the higher time frame. So then what I end up doing sometimes is I force my will on the lower time frames because I'm so confident in what that higher time frame narrative is getting ready to do. You know, obviously that has its benefits. Sometimes that is my saving grace, but there are times as well where I'm a little too stubborn for my own good and I'm forcing shit, right? But like, this is the reality of trading. Everybody has their different little things, and that is obviously still one thing that I'm working on getting better at, I guess you could say. Like, obviously we're never going to be perfect, but that's probably one area where I could improve a little bit, because I know better. And I know better than to force my will on the market on the lower time frames, you know, despite whatever I thought prior, if that makes sense. This will always be, even if you were like an adapt or like a reaction trader, you know, you hear people say all the time, like, don't try to predict the market, react to the market. I think that is probably a philosophy that will save you a lot, to be honest, just because even if you did take some losses, like just trading the action, well, if the action goes against you, you can just get back on side with it there. But usually this is going to be like, the price doesn't lie, is kind of what I'm saying. It's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I'm saying it as well or elegantly as I would like, but that's why we say if you're waiting for reversals, you're usually better off waiting for like a little bit of a higher time frame shift in price before you start, you know, dropping down to the 1 minute and taking the very first inversion fair value gap to the upside. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only time that makes sense to do is when it literally perfectly aligns with, you know, your higher time frame narrative for that day, that hour, etc. And then the other component that you can use with this kind of ties in with that same higher time frame narrative on down, which is just the power of three. Like, why did we also love this short right here? Anybody remember? Does anybody remember? I'm trying to remember where I had this marked from. Was it? You know where I fucked up, chat? I marked out the... What a bonehead move. I'm realizing what I did wrong here already. Why did I not get picked up on... Why did I not get picked up on the short limit? My sell limit right here. Did anybody see why? What I just did, I just kind of told you why. Wrong fib. Anchored that shit totally wrong. I should have used this high. Why should I have used this high? Probably not easy to tell here on the 5 minute. We'll drop down to the 1 minute, probably make it a little easier. The displacement rebalance, yes. So if you're looking, again, if you're using fibs at all or just balance ranges, you're always looking for that 50% retrace, right? So if we go from here to here, did we rebalance to 50%? Yes, right? So then what? We get the displacement leg down here. Do we rebalance to 50% here? No. Obviously not, right? So you just keep extending it. If this would have rebalanced to 50% here, your dealing range would continue to move with that. But because we didn't rebalance, you extend it to the next low, right? Same thing here, same thing here. 50% actually was perfectly hit. So yeah, I had it marked like this. So I had it marked incorrectly. In hindsight. But anyway, what was I getting ready to say? Oh yeah. So what was the reason? What was the reason that after 10 a.m. we liked the short also? It's something that we haven't talked about yet. But what was the reason? Anybody remember? Anybody remember when 10 a.m. opened up and we started trading higher? Astro traderly. Yes, PO3, exactly. So we were just talking about we're trying to predict what's going to happen within the hour and or 4-hour candle that we are participating in, right? So this candle opens up, no manipulation lower at all. We manipulate higher when we were already looking at reasons why this could go lower, right? What was one of the reasons why we thought it could go lower? Well, the bullish fair value gap that was supporting price here got absolutely obliterated. And we closed there. So we trade back up at 10 a.m. We have all these stacked lows right here, as well as the same stacked lows on ES. So the draw becomes very clear at that point. And blah, blah, blah. Should have had the entry here if I had my fib marked correctly. Or the dealing range, sorry. Should have been entered here. And then that trade would have looked obviously much sexier. Which I would have been willing to close it at this low, which was the low we were taking out when ES took out the previous day low. I prefer to take my trade off when the objective is hit on either asset. I really don't care. Just because usually that's a pretty high chance that we could reverse. So yeah, this should have been my trade right here. Obviously easier for me to say in hindsight, right? If I want to be really conservative with the stop, maybe I would include the order block up here. But for sure, I at least like this fair value gap candle, right? And then this should have been the trade, essentially. But because I had my fib marked like this, my first limit doesn't get picked up, unfortunately, by the smallest of margins. Would have been sick if it did, though. Would have been fucking sick if it did. Talk about a top tick. And then, yeah, the power of 3. This is the 10 a.m. hour right here. Picture perfect. Manipulation, distribution. Right? So then this ended up being the X marks the spot. This ends up being the entry right here on this 5-minute order block. The reason that this order block is valid is because we traded up into a fair value gap and then we closed back below this. So this then becomes a 5-minute order block. Any order block, it just has to do something. It has to do something, sweep liquidity, fill an imbalance, and or an imbalance has to be created from it. That also makes it a valid order block. A lot of the times, the best order blocks will do multiple of those things. Right? Same thing here. 5-minute fair value gap. We take it. We trade down below it. So then what does this become right here? Order block. So I don't know if that answers your question, Noisy Vision. Let me know if there's anything you want me to like talk about more, I guess. Obviously, when it comes to like ICT concepts, there's so many different things you could be talking about at once, which is kind of the problem with it, right? You could be talking about SMTs, you could be talking about so much shit. Premium discount, power of three, you know, there's so much shit. There's so much shit. So it really does come down to like, how do you simplify it the best you can? That's going to like, how do you find what works for you, and how do you find what like is actually just noise? And that's the part that you got to figure out, and you can only do that with time. Because there is a shit ton of, there's just so much info, man. There's so much information. There's so much shit that like you could like try to use. But I think what you will find as time goes on, the less that you rely on, I think there is a such thing as too little information, but I think most people would be better off with less information than more. So it really kind of comes down to like what jumps off to you on what jumps out to you on the chart, what's easy for you to identify, and then build, I guess just build your foundation off of that. For me, what really stuck out to me, honestly, was probably just the 2022 model, or just like identifying liquidity and then displacement, right? So the market will tell you where it wants to go, is what I believe, and all you got to do is read the order flow in accordance with that. All right, it sounds a little simpler than it maybe really is, but I mean, that's really it, right? And then you're using these other things to try to time the market, right? The premium and discount, the power of three with the hourly candle you're trading, et cetera, right? Because at the end of the day, we may know where price wants to go, but that doesn't mean that you also know when it wants to go there. And obviously, if you're early with your trades, being early with your trades is the same thing as being wrong, and it's reflected in your P&L. So being early to the market, being late to the market, it means you were wrong. That's literally what it means. Unless you caught the trade to that area, your trade was wrong, right? Either you didn't make money or you lost money. So, I mean, that's just the reality of it. So, if it pops up, we'll ask. All right, Noise Vision. Sorry, it was a big word salad there, but like that is kind of the problem with like ICT trading, is there is so much. And it's going to be different day to day, just depending on what the range is doing, et cetera. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully somebody got something out of that. But you could see why doing a mentorship would be actually like exhausting. Imagine having to explain that like 40 different times. It's like, and then like hope that it makes sense. You know, like teaching is a skill also. I don't know. I think I can teach, but I don't know if teaching is my passion. I don't know. And then obviously also people really only care about you teaching them things like after like if you're in a season of like let's say if I was on a winning streak, everyone would be like, oh my God. And then if I take a loss, people are like, well, who's he to teach me how to trade? He just fucking lost. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, human psychology is fucking funny, but anyway. ICT could be in the chat anytime. Watch it. Well, ICT would be the first one to say that you don't need everything. I mean, hang on. Listen to this first minute of this. I don't know if you guys, a lot of you guys don't hear the speeches at the beginning of stream because you're not here on time. You naughty boys. You are naughty boys. But let me see. I hope it's in like the first minute. But listen to what he says here.
But some of you will get caught up in this trap of constantly learning because you're afraid to sit down with one model, follow the rules, stick to that process, and let it yield whatever experience is intended for you. And then you have a baseline. That's why I could literally give out a model every single day. And some of you want me to do that. But the only thing it's going to do is like a dog in a meat market. You ain't going to know what to do. You're going to run around and you just chase everything. Instead of simply sitting down and saying, you know what? I'll just have a fillet. Thank you. And
so listen, I think he would agree with me. You don't need everything. Different strokes for different folks. Different strokes for different folks. I mean, shit. Some people could probably just make a killing and they never use anything other than just fibs. I marked it wrong again, by the way. But this is why like different time frames matters as well. It's gonna be easier to pick things up on different time frames sometimes. Anyway, but yeah, I guess there was one other thing I was going to say, in addition to, so like yeah, like what's being expected, what's being respected, what's being disrespected. This is the other thing that I forgot to mention. We're always trading from level to level, right? The market's only ever doing a couple of things: sweeping liquidity, filling imbalances in the market, or both at the same time, right? Like that's all the market is ever doing, other than maybe you could make the exception of like sometimes it's just ranging and accumulating. But I believe that's what the market's doing. I don't believe the market's random at all. I think it's manipulated. I think it's controlled. I think there's a plan for what price is going to do from the people that know what it's going to do. Different things like news are just volatility injections to help price get to where it was already going to go anyway, that much quicker. And so all we're doing is trading from level to level as far as like what's being respected and what's being disrespected. Okay. If you notice that a PD array or a certain narrative is being disrespected, well, that tells you, one, that it's probably respecting then the other side of the narrative. And we're probably going to be trading into what? An opposing PD array, right? A fair value gap, liquidity, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah. Hopefully that all makes sense, I guess. Tyler, check general chats. I will. 1 second. We are in the macro. Yes, we are in the macro. You just found out that the bearish market is your weakest thing in trading. So you meaning you just like always looking for longs? You know what's funny, contains nuts, is when I have collected data and just from my own like anecdotal evidence about myself and my own self-analysis, I would say that I'm actually the fucking exact opposite. My Achilles heel is all-time high trading that never stops like grinding higher. More so. I can adapt eventually, but like I prefer to short, if that makes sense. I actually like shorting more than longing. Even though like the market goes up more days than it goes down, but and I think mainly part of it is probably just because generally when you're looking for shorts, they're faster trades, right? They always say elevator down, stair stepper up. So I think there's definitely some truth to that. But yeah, I've always had, for some reason, a little bit easier time seemingly with shorts. I feel like I've gotten a little bit better with that, but yeah, everybody, it's kind of interesting, ain't it? Some people, everyone's a little different, ain't it? The ES no daily wick, Kevin, we're still waiting on that, aren't we? Where are we at here? Let me see. Let me fucking see this. All right, let me check the daily chart. Oh my God, did we hit it? We hit it. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, finally. Finally. Why is this not, son of a bitch? There we go. Yeah, all right, yeah, we hit that. Like I said, I don't know where the objective is for the day. I don't know what the low of the day will be. Obviously, I'm not trying to predict what the low of the day will be. I think Crypto Surfer, you said next target, old New York low. Possibly, right? I guess what I would be waiting for, like, to me, the biggest thing is these previous daily lows were swept. So I could make the case that the objective perhaps has been hit, right? And you're saying next low. I guess now it's like the moment of truth, right? It's like, so what's going to respect, what's going to disrespect from this point, if that makes sense. So first of all, let me find this level that you're talking about. Where is this level that you're talking about? Because we obviously got all the way back. We're trading back into April price action now. So I actually don't know, but here's what I would say. If order flow continues to just hold bearish, you're probably better off just continuously looking for that narrative. We are coming up on the hourly time frame, candle close here in 2 minutes. So given how this hourly structure looks right now, these are the hourly candles here on the right. What can we say about this market with the way that this candle is likely about to close? What can we say about this? What would you guys say? Remembering that we're trading within a very bearish 4-hour candle as well, right? Here's the 4-hour. And the 4-hour candle has 3 hours left on it. So given this information, hourly, 1 hour, what would be like the most likely narrative, would you guys say, for 11 a.m.? I didn't say guaranteed outcome. I said, what's the most likely scenario? Not guaranteed. Definitely not guaranteed. Any thoughts? Any comments? Any predictions? What do you guys got? This is interactive, damn it. I'm trying to see who wants a gold star. Thank you. Getting close to retracing 50% of the whole move up. Yes, Kevin, we are very close. All right, we got some guesses coming in. We got K-Man says back into 50% of the range at least. Sweep the high, then chop until news. Sweep the high and then chop until news. Sweep the high? Well, what high? Well, what high, Squeebs? A Hornio, manipulate up, distribute lower. 11 a.m. just opened up, right? My perspective is the slightly more likely scenario. Obviously, if this just trades right down to the low right away, I actually would just be like hands off with this. But I think what's more likely, just given again how this hourly looks, given that we're trading in a bearish 4-hour, bearish daily. The only caveat is obviously that we got news in the afternoon, but if this candle were to come up and like give an immediate rebalance here, this is what I would be thinking. This is what I would be thinking. And it's the same logic. Hourly PO3. Open, manipulate, higher, distribute lower. And when we say lower, where do we at least need to distribute to? A new low. That's it. That's all it needs to go, right? It doesn't need to go further than that. So, yeah. But anyway, previous day lows have been swept. We do have news this afternoon with FOMC. And then obviously we got earnings later as well. So we shall see. I mean, as far as like, is there anything on the 15 here? Not really, dude. 30-minute. I'm just trying to see if there's like anything. Oh, there is a little 30-minute here. Okay. Yeah, like, so like this logic makes a lot of sense, right? Potentially. 30-minute gap lines up with a hourly immediate rebalance. Oops. And then people say, well, Tyler, what happens if this fails? Well, what did we just talk about? What's being respected, what's being disrespected? That's when you could start to flip your logic and look for the opposing PD arrays, right? I think the problem with sometimes explaining this stuff is people say, well, you're explaining something and what you just explained failed. Yeah, welcome to trading, where the market's ever changing and you got to adapt to what it's doing currently, not what it was doing. Right? Like that is trading. You trade what you see until what you see fails. That was pretty good. Trade what you see until what you see fails. Put that in a book, maybe? I don't know. Look in Discord, FN. What is FN? What is that? What is FN? I see all the cool kids saying, I don't know what the fuck it is. You think it will manipulate lower and then go up? Yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, my only objective going into the day was literally either previous day low, previous day lows, and or like all these stacked highs at Asia high. And obviously, we opened up right in the middle. Didn't know which way we were going to go. Tried along up into here first because we had SMT at the low. We immediately were proven wrong. Flip short. Caught that move down. So now, like, you know, I don't necessarily hold like a strong feeling one way or the other about this. I think the hourly and the 4-hour time frame look bearish, but we also have 3 hours left on the 4-hour candle. So in 3 hours, could this look different? Of course. He meant right now? Nah, I meant FN. Oh, I knew he meant it. I knew he meant it. That's the thing. What was I going to do here? Oh, I was going to look at the Discord quick. All right. What do we got here? Sanity with a short. I'm assuming all your TPs were hit. No, wait. Hang on. Oh, this is on ES. I was like, wait, these prices don't make sense. I'm assuming all your TPs were hit, though. NTH. Nice, dude. Damn. Did you just hold till London low, I'm assuming? Is that your final exit there? Oh, these are old. 10. Oh. Should you close that? Dom, didn't you get a bad break even the other day? Wait. No, you got your TP. Right? You hit your TP, Dom. Yeah, how was my Indian accent? Good? Decided to move stop to previous day low. Stop not triggered. Wait. I'm sorry, boys. I thought this was I thought this was the trade we were in. Yeah, we were in up here. I see. I got you, Dom. All right, man. Who wanted me to fucking see this shit? Who the hell was who called me? Mikey, which one are you? Mikey, who are you in here? He called me FN. Mikey, I don't even know which one you are. Are you popping off? Are you fucking popping off? Oh, you're Sanity? Oh. Oh. Why don't you say so? I mean, dude, it looks like you crushed it, bro. It looks like you crushed it, man. What do you want me to do? Get down on my knees? Bust out the baby oil? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Everyone's always yelling at me. Bro, 3 ticks to TP. Oh, yeah. Dom, what can I tell you? You've been watching me. I've been watching you. Dad ain't that cool. I'm your buckaroo. I want to be like you and eat all my food and grow as tall as you are. I like NASDAQ and getting violated. Fake pump, then continuation down, says Lone Wolf. Yeah, the only question is like, when do we start accumulating prior to FOMC? When is that going to start? What time is it? 11:08. When does this turn into the range of death? Is it now? Is the range of death going to happen right now? Would it make sense after the previous day low was swept? What do you guys think? Do you guys think it would make sense? We know there's going to be a range of death today. We know this. This isn't like, nobody should be surprised. But there will be a range of death today, for sure. Whether it's right now, like up until FOMC, or I should say, post FOMC, leading up to the earnings. I will say this though, I probably would be willing to go live again in the afternoon after FOMC if and only if they actually do something different with the rates. If they cut the rates, I may just, fuck around and find out. But as of right now, they're predicting nothing as far as a rate cut goes. So I'm just anticipating it to just be ass. All right, so we just now swept that, or we tagged into that 30-minute gap. Let's see what it wants to do here. Let's watch together, guys. We didn't get the immediate rebalance on the hourly, though. Not quite. Our hourly low, previous hourly low is like right here. Right? Let me watch this with you boys real quick. Can we get a little something? I want to see if this flips. I want to see if this flips or not. Yeah, this is the, I think, right? Yeah, this is the fair value gap and displacement leg that led to that previous day low sweep right here. So I would say, like, if all of this starts to fail and we get like closure above here, it's gonna start to look like we're getting back into the range a little bit. But anyway, how did everybody do today? How did everybody do today? Green, red. Should I put a poll in the chat? Guess I could. The camera temperature light is blinking at me, so I might lose my camera shortly. Oops. Green, red, or no trade. Let me know, boys. Vote in the poll. Are you green, red, or are you flat on the day? Or I guess you could just let me know in the chat too. August is most mental health and patients required month. You know, Dom, there's just almost no, generally I would agree with you, but there's just no way, in my humble opinion, there's no way in my humble opinion that it can get much worse than what we just went through. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't really recall like being stuck in this much of like a weekly range for this long, where it was like this ugly for that long of a time. I mean, this was fucked. Volatile, and dirty. So I don't like. There's no way August is as bad as this, and even if it is, it's like whatever. I guess it's just more of the same then, right? But yeah, I'm just so relieved that we are doing something like this, because it just tells me things might open up a little bit. And it could get fun. Could get fun, boys. Four-day green streak, or 5. You can't even remember. Buddy's winning so much he doesn't even know how much he's winning. Let's just say you're going to get so tired of winning. You're going to say, Mr. President, please, please, I can't take it anymore. No more winning. And I'll say, we must win more.
No.
Yeah, tell that to the crypto bros that are getting God. Boys, W tape read, question mark? New 15-minute candle incoming here. Can we get the acceleration in this new 15 to the new hourly low? 30-minute gap tag. Still too weak to get that hourly rebalance as of now, at least. Obviously, anything could happen. We could still chop back up there, I guess, but nice reaction there. What do we look like on the 1 minute? Here's what the 1 minute looks like. CISD breaker. FEG holding price down. Man. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Once it kind of broke down from here, it was kind of clean. And if it goes all the way to the low here, that'll be just like supremely clean. Let's watch this, guys. I'm going to watch this for like 5 more minutes. If we do trade like back up above this gap, I'll probably call it. Otherwise, I want to watch and see if this can give us the hourly low. I'll hang out with you, chat. We'll see what happens. We have taken previous day low on NQ and ES already. I didn't even look at YM today. I don't even know what YM is doing. I actually made the executive decision, chat, to remove YM from my other monitor, at least on like my main charts that I'm looking at, just because I'm starting to find YM not helpful anymore. Again, it like goes in seasons, man. There's like times where like YM is actually a little helpful and it's super in sync, but it just is not very long lasting. It's helpful for like 2 weeks max. And then it goes back to whatever bullshit it was doing. So I removed it. I removed it from my lineup here, my roster. But yeah, it looks like YM also had a nice little dump. YM is the only one, I believe. Hang on here. Oh no, never mind. I take that back. Yeah, they've all taken PDO. But we're below previous weekly low on obviously ES and NQ, but not on YM. We also did not get that 30-minute gap tag on ES here, just on NQ. Yeah, boys, we might be entering the range of death. We might be entering the range of death for the morning. Makes sense, though, after previous day low. Wait. Wait. Robin says... Hang on now. The only message I see here from Robin, it says, God, I hate him. Who are you talking? Robin, are you talking about me? Who are you talking about? I thought, Robin, you can't be talking about me. I think me and Robin are cool like that. Is he talking about someone? Who's he talking about? Robin, don't. Oh, you meant Trump, I think. I think you meant Trump. Okay. Okay. I was worried for a second. I'm like, what? I was like, me and Robin, we had like a little. I thought we had something, you know. I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm also not very fond of Trump. As somebody that voted for Trump, I'm pretty much totally disinterested in politics at this point. I feel like it's all a big scam. The only benefit we have with current day politics is quite literally that it just gives us a form of entertainment at this point, like something to complain about, I guess. But yeah, man, let's just say politics are cooked. Our government's fucked. We've been compromised. All the taxpayers are getting screwed. That is what it is. Oh my God. So what are you saying? Full port FOMC? I mean, I'm probably not. Obviously, though, if you guys, who's full porting FOMC today? I forgot that people do that, but who's full porting FOMC today? Anybody? I don't advocate it. I do not advocate for it. All I can say, though, is if you do decide to, with your own free will, like if you were going to do it anyway, regardless of how much I tried to talk you out of it, if you do, code Tyler. You going live in the PM? Dazak Lamanja, I'm not planning on it as of right now. However, if they do decide to do something interesting with the rates, like cut the rates, then I probably will. We just have, for those of you guys that are maybe late showing up or didn't hear me talk about this last couple of days, potentially, I don't like the idea of us trading post FOMC with if the rates go unchanged. When we have, what the hell's the top of this list? When we have Microsoft and Meta earnings today at 4. So that's the reason that I went live here in the morning, is just because I felt like the morning was going to be our best chance. Could be wrong. Could just be, we could have no interest rate change, and FOMC could be the most amazing action anyone's ever seen ever, but just thinking in terms of probabilities, felt like this morning was going to be a better chance. And so far, I mean, pretty damn good for an FOMC morning, right? Like, I would say probably right so far, my prediction, I guess, but imagine voting for Kamala, though. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Here's a real, like, here's where I'm at. I think, for the most part, regardless of who's president, we're going to get pretty much a version of the same thing. Regardless, we're going to get wasted tax money. We're going to get corrupt politicians doing insider trading. We're going to get, more money to Israel. We're going to get a war for Israel if that's what they want. Like, it's going to happen either way. The only thing that really changes is the sentiment of the people that feel strongly one way or the other. But in terms of, like, who is the president, I don't think anything really changes. Anura, I took 2 trades today. The first one was a riskier long that I did get stopped out on, and then basically make the loss back with a little bit of extra profit on the short. Let's turn my, where's my executions? Why don't those not working? There we go. All right, yeah. So the long this morning was, we had SMT with London low with ES. We had swept out these lows here on NQ. I really had my eye on like all of the stacked previous Asia session highs and obviously 4-hour imbalance above that. So I felt like we could potentially see that run up, right? It was a riskier trade, which I said in the moment as well. 1 minute change in state of delivery here. First presented fair value gaps, like first presented fair value gap was actually this candle, yeah. So wanted to see retrace into here and then go long. Got stopped out on that. My entry ended up being a little bit better, just simply due to the fact that I was having technical difficulties with my trade syncer at the moment. Had to reconnect, but got stopped out there. Flipped short. My original sell limit was literally like right here. So I was very close to an actual top tick short. But because I missed that, I had to take the short on this 5-minute order block after it filled this gap. So I went short there. Previous day lows still intact. I ended up closing my trade just prior to the NQ taking the previous day low, but that was the trade. That was the trade for the day. Those were the 2 trades for the day. What's up, Code? Code, good to see you, man. My sell limit was set at 50%. Technically, Anura, yes. I had my shit marked wrong, though. In hindsight, I was on the 15-minute chart, and I marked out the fib from this swing here to that current low at that time, which was right here. So let me turn the executions off. So I had my limit set right there at 833, roughly. And the highest we got on this candle was 827. But the reason I say I had it marked wrong is because if I scale into like even like the 5-minute or even like the 1 minute, you see just based on like the dealing range, I guess, we had already rebalanced here. And then that led to this displacing leg down, right? So if I go from this high here to this low, we don't get back to 50%. So you extend it, don't get back to 50%, extend it, bang. This one, 5-minute probably would have been the cleanest, right? 5-minute gap, 50% there. So I had the incorrect dealing range, you could say, is why I missed that. At least that's the logic that I'm going with. Don't get me wrong, would have been sure nice to have been picked up on that 15-minute 50% retrace too, but all good. Somebody younger as the president would be refreshing. Yes, dude. Literally, how do we not have like an age limit? How do we not have an age limit on the presidency at this point, or just like in government in general? Like, bruh, we've been sold out by the boomers. All right. Our generation and younger has been just absolutely sold out by the boomers. And they're still running this shit. That's the crazy part. I would say like anything over like 64, you like, brother, get the hell out of here. 60 probably even. You turn 60, sorry, buddy, you're retired. Yeah, isn't that the retirement age, 64? And brother, we got an 80, like back-to-back like 80-year-olds running this shit. Like, well, I say running it, but I question that at this point too, so. Literally geriatric citizens, like just, what are we doing? 67? Yeah, you turn 69, it's time for you to go get your rocks off and get the hell out of here. Man, this is chopping pretty bad, but like it's still like slowly working its way down. I'm trying to stall. I like kind of want to see if this delivers to that new low or not. But Not like super clean on the 1 minute here. It's just, but yeah, slowly still like staying valid and working lower. Slowly staying valid and working lower. But what time is it? 11:27. We've been live for a little over 2 hours now. So, well, anyway, let me check the poll in the chat, guys. 39% of the chat is green. 39% also said no trade. 22% said red. So, yeah, man, I guess we'll call it there. Like I said, I will probably go live only if there's a rate change later, which I don't think right now is going to happen. But if it does, just start pinging me in the Discord and let's go, you know, have a blast trading the PM sesh after FOMC. Otherwise, guys, yeah, no collab stream with Amos tomorrow. We're going to be doing it next week, Thursday. And to be honest, both of us have, well, so I got a notification literally from my internet provider yesterday morning, and it says, we're going to be upgrading services in your area, and your services may be affected for an 8 to 10 hour window. And I'm like, what are the odds? Like, so anyway, I sent him that, and then he said he also had like some technical difficulty thing that he had to figure out. So we're pushing that back to next week, but so just a heads up on that. And then what else? What am I gonna say? I feel like there's one other thing I was gonna mention here. Maybe not. Maybe that's all for now. But yeah, guys, I guess just be safe today. You know, earnings later today. So if you notice the price is dog doo-doo later, just might be better to step away and live the trade another day. We'll be back live tomorrow morning, guys, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys do decide, I don't advocate for it, but if you do decide to full port your accounts for FOMC today, you know, just use code Tyler. You know, it's just least you could do, right? I mean, why not? Why not? Give you the best discount possible. Makes your wiener a little bit bigger. You know, if you're a woman, it makes you age in reverse. So I mean, it's all like good things, right? It's all good things. So that's what I would say. And yeah, guys, enjoy your Wednesday. Hit the like button on your way out the door, and I'll see you boys and girls maybe back later today if they change rates. Otherwise, I'll see you back here tomorrow morning. All right, chat. Happy hump day, boys and girls. We'll see you later on. Peace and love.
Wake up early, coffee to my lips. Tyler trade streaming, giving us tips. The NASDAQ hustle riding up high. Charts on my playground, never asking why. ICT moves, smart money flows. Precision like an arrow, yeah, that's how it goes. Stop losses shaking, but I hold my ground. Payouts stacking while the beats pound. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Futures bright while the market sways. Into running, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Trade lots now, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Futures bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Trader age every single day. Trendline snap, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age.